Henry Hudson Regional Board of Education is called to order. Everyone please rise for a flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Statement of evidence. The public meeting of the Henry Hudson Regional Pre-K-12 Board of Education is called to order. Adequate notice of this meeting was published in the Asbury Park Press and the Star Ledger in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act, PI 1975, C-231, and notices were forwarded to board members and were posted as required. Statement to the public. Oftentimes it may appear to members of our audience that the Board of Education takes action with very little time, and in many cases by unanimous vote. Before a matter is placed on the agenda of a public meeting, the administration has thoroughly reviewed the matter with the superintendent of schools. The members of the board work with the administration and superintendent to ensure that members fully understand the matter. Only then is it placed on the agenda for action at a public meeting. In rare instances, matters are presented to the Board of Education for discussion at the same meeting and final action may be taken. The next thing on the agenda shows the official election results. So this year, as you know, was an unusual one. All 9 seats were up for election to seat the permanent board of the Henry Hudson Regional Pre-K-12 Board of Education and replacing the transitional board that was seated last January. So right now, I am going to administer the oath of office for the 9 board members: Ms. Burrell, Mr. Colangelo, Ms. Knox, Ms. Cody, Ms. Melnick, Mr. Thomas, Ms. Thomas, Ms. Wells, and Mr. Rubenberger. So if I could ask you all to join me down the middle here, and I'm going to hand you this oath of office, and then we'll all recite it together. Okay? And then I'll ask you to sign it 3 times. Do a team building. Thank you. Okay, ready? So you're going to all start together and insert your name and read the first 2 paragraphs. Ready? I, Regina Malik, swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey, that I will faithfully and allegiance to the same and to the government established in the United States and this state, under the authority of the people, so help me God. I, Regina Malik, solemnly swear that I possess the qualifications prescribed by law for the office of a member of the Board of Education, that I am not disqualified as a voter pursuant to RS 19-4-1, nor disqualified due to conviction of a crime or offense listed in NJS 18A 12-1, and that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly Here. Mr. Thomas. Here. Ms. Thomas. Here. Ms. Wells. Here. Mr. Winger.
Here.
Dr. Beams. Here. Mr. Bush.
Here.
The next one is for information purposes only. It shows you that the way that it worked is that people are given different terms, so that next year we will have 3 people come up for a 3-year re-election term. So the way that this board is organized, all by the regulations, is that there was 3 seats that were for 3 terms, 3 years, 3 seats for 2 years, and 3 seats for 1 year. And then next year, the ones that are 1 year will run again for a 3-year term. 2 years will run, and then you will have us on the 3-year cycle. So now we call for the election of president. So I need a motion and a second to nominate someone for the board president.
I nominate Cory Winger.
I'm sorry for whom?
Cory. I second Cory Winger.
Any other nominations? Anyone else for president?
I would like to nominate Rich Colangelo for.
Any second? No, no. Don't need a second? Are there any other nominations for president? So now I'm going to take a roll call, and they tell me which one they are voting for.
Yeah, you should do. Yeah. So the way it would work is.
I take 2 votes.
Well,
Okay.
you vote the first time, right? Somebody gets 5 votes.
Okay.
You vote for nomination.
Okay, so this is the vote, yes or no, for Cory Winger as president. Ms. Burrell? Mr. Colangelo?
Abstain.
Ms. Knox?
Yes.
Ms. Kozik?
Yes.
Ms. Melnick?
No.
Mr. Thomas? Ms. Thomas? Ms. Wells?
Yes.
Mr. Wingert? Now do it for the next person. Okay, so now this is a yes or no for Mr. Colangelo as president. Ms. Burrell? Mr. Colangelo?
Yes.
Ms. Knox?
No.
Ms. Kozik?
No.
Ms. Melnick?
Yes.
Mr. Thomas? Ms. Thomas? Ms. Wells?
No.
Mr. Wingert? That is 5 for Mr. Colangelo. So now I need a motion and a second to appoint Mr. Colangelo.
So then once you have 5 votes.
We don't have to do it again.
you do not.
Okay. Then the newly elected president will now assume the chair.
Next item on the agenda is the election of the Vice President of the Board of Education. Are there any nominations for Vice President of the Board of Education?
I nominate Diane Knox.
We have Diane Knox nominated. Are there any other nominations? So far, Ms. Knox and Ms. Thomas are nominated. Are there any other nominations? As per the precedent, we will first vote on who is nominated first, which would be Ms. Knox. All right, and that would be a yes or no vote. So, Ms. Burrell. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry.
Ms. Burrell, yes or no to Ms. Knox? Mr. Colangelo?
No.
Ms. Knox?
Yes.
Ms. Kozik?
Yes.
Ms. Melnick?
No.
Thomas?
No.
Ms. Wells?
Yes.
Mr. Weinberger?
Okay, that was a 5-4 vote for no so far for Ms. Knox. Next would be a yes or no vote for Mrs. Thomas.
Ms. Burrell? Mr. Colangelo?
Yes.
Ms. Knox?
No.
Ms. Kozic?
No.
Ms. Melnick?
Yes.
Mr. Thomas? Ms. Thomas?
Yes.
Ms. Wells?
No.
Mr. Weinberger?
Thank you. The next Vice President of this Board of Education is Ms. Suzanne Thomas. Next item on the agenda is the resolution for the Code of Ethics that is in front of you to be signed and returned to the Board Secretary. Once we accept that as a board, I will need a motion and a second to move forward with that item. Ms. Melnick on the motion, may I have a second, please?
Second.
Ms. Kozic on the second. Roll call, please, Ms. Sherlock.
Ms. Burrell?
Yes.
Mr. Colangelo?
Yes.
Ms. Knox?
Yes.
Ms. Kozic?
Yes.
Ms. Melnick?
Yes.
Mr. Thomas? Ms. Thomas?
Yes.
Ms. Wells?
Yes.
Mr. Weinberger?
Thank you. Next item on the agenda is comments from the public. Now, at this point in time, anyone in the public may make a comment. It's not a time for questions, all right? So at this point, does anyone in the public have a comment they would like to make to the board? Ms. Smith, please announce your name and address.
Well, you can know that I had trouble hearing things going on in the board, and I didn't hear everything that went on at this meeting so far. But did you say that this is only for questions or comments?
Only comments, Ms. Smith, at this time, yes.
Is there going to,
Not at this meeting, Ms. Smith. This is a
can I
comment.
ask the question, is there going to be a time to make?
Why don't we do this, Ms. Smith? Since it is a comment section, if you would like to make a comment, if the board member chooses to address that comment, they absolutely can.
I don't see anything on the agenda that leaves room for questions.
There will not be during this meeting because there's nothing really on the agenda for the public in that sense. We're not discussing any matters. This is not a press conference, obviously. This is just for anyone who has the comment itself. So in other words, as a brand new board, we'll be able to basically, the new board members now are just going to get access to all the information tomorrow. So for any of us to actually answer that, any question you might have about board business, would be irresponsible of us. Hopefully everyone will be well prepared by the time we come up to the next meeting. But if you do have a comment, and a board member would like to address that comment by making a comment in return, they're perfectly welcome.
Kindly, I would like to know a couple of things. I'd like to know whether the board is going to let the public know tonight whether there is going to be the next meeting, when it's going to be, what time it's going to be, and where it's going to be.
Okay, unfortunately, the next meeting, both the committees, the formation of the committees, and the yearly calendar is not on this posted agenda.
It's in the paper.
The full year, it's on the website.
All right. So the meeting dates are posted in the paper and on the website. We'll be announcing those at the next meeting.
They're up. They were at the.
That's okay. We just, what's the worst that happens? We announce it, right? What's the worst that happens? All right. And as far as, I'm sorry, Ms. Smith, what was your other question?
Something's the 22nd.
No, she had a second.
My next comment would be, I would.
The next meeting date is the 22nd of this month.
I'm sorry,
The 22nd of this month.
is the next meeting?
All meetings will be the third
Time for
Wednesday.
that meeting too?
I'm sorry, Ms. Smith.
7 p.m. is the time for the meeting? And do we have a location for the meeting?
It's going to be right here.
here.
And it's going to be here. And I realize I can't answer questions, but I know that this old board is well aware of the fact that I cannot hear, and that the old board has informed me as of this afternoon, thanks to Mrs. Sherlock, who I think works 24, 26 hours a day. But I understand from her today that they're in the process of buying new microphone so that the sound system might be a little better in this room than it has been in the past. I would also hope that the board is aware of other past actions that the board has taken that are still ongoing, and I would hope that this board gets to take them up. I would also hope that this board will take into consideration putting to a vote of the people the question of regionalization of Seabright. And if you can ask any more questions, you can.
That was a perfect comment. Yep, that's it. That was your comment, that's your comment. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys, I appreciate it.
Any other
I
comments?
should say congratulations to everybody, congratulations to your election, and you, Ms. Ellis, to your election as well. Well, congratulations to all 9 of you. People that have served on this board and worked hard, there's no getting around it. They worked hard on this board, and I have no doubt they're going to continue to work hard, and I thank you all for that very much. So thank you kindly, and good luck to all. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Any other comments from the public? Please state your name and address.
I'm Lorraine Langer, 119A East Highland Avenue, also 100 First Avenue, Borough Hall. Lana Highlands, I'm the mayor. I just wanted to congratulate this board and know that you are all very committed to the best interest of the children of Henry Hudson. We're just very grateful to all of you for your service. So on behalf of the mayor and council, thank you very, very much and good luck this year.
Thank you very much. Are there any other comments from the public? Are there any comments from the board? With that, I'm sorry.
I don't have a comment, I just had a question, and if we can explore it at a future time, that's fine. I'm just curious why, if everybody is taking an oath today, and this is a new board, why there are members who are seated on the board for 1 year already? It seems like we're just starting a new board, and
I'm going to assume because the Hudson Regional Board was formed last July, and although it's a partial year, the board still was in existence. So theoretically, it's not 1 year, but rather 5 months. So honestly, what it says here from 1 month to 0, that's okay. If there are current board members on here that have served for roughly 5 years.
Is there January 1, first day
Of the new
of
board.
the January, whatever.
Yes.
January
Then
2nd,
board
3rd,
will-
yeah.
My apologies, regionalization is completed.
Right, that's why, it's a special.
Special, okay, so some of these board members have served for years.
so I just want to clarify, because I got a little mixed information, and I just want to be sure that I have the correct information. The board that was seated on January 4th, 2024, was serving as the board of the Henry Hudson Regional School District until essentially 6:59 p.m. on January 6th, 2025.
There's been some disagreement in some conversation, Mr. Bush. Would you mind walking through when that term is up?
Yeah. So the board can reorganize anytime between January 1st, some choose actually to do it on New Year's Day, and the first week. I don't know the exact date this year, but it's based on days, weekends, all that kind of stuff. So, but the bottom line is that the board technically expires at the end of the year. When a new board is sworn in, that's at the reorganization, whether you chose as a board or the prior board scheduled it for tonight or on January 1st at 12:01 a.m., which is possible to have happened. So the board
So
really
there's
should.
no differentiation between the transitional board and this board as far as the entity?
No, in terms of the timing of their service, no. The transitional board served from whatever date that was last January when it came into office until the end of the year, and now you have a new board that starts now until next year.
But
Say,
the new board is kind of new board, it's the same board.
well, it's a new board. Every year, the board's a new board, whether the board members are still serving on the prior term or not, or the prior year or not. The board is always new. Even if all 9 members are the same the following year, it's still a new board under the school law, council school law.
Do the board members have any comments or questions? First off, I want to say thank you. And as the mayor said, we're going to pilot for doing this for kids. All right, so I look forward to the upcoming year. And Knox on the second. Can we do a verbal or do we have to do a roll call? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Have a good night, folks.
Thank you. Good night.